Hello, 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 all my beasties and loves. How's everybody doing today? How has everybody's week? Well, how was everyone's weekend? Everybody ready for the week? Richard, I'm so glad to see you. How are you? How was your weekend? Hey, Mr. Fox. Thank you, Mr. Fox. You are the best. Hey, Texas Mama. Oh, yay, remdesivir. You get to go home tomorrow. Hopefully it works for you. I had to do it once. I'm not a huge fan of the antivirals. Hey, Erica. Sorry I didn't answer your call a minute ago. I was getting everything ready for this. Hey, Croc. Hey, Anubis. So how is everybody? Paul! How are you? How are you, Paul? How are you? Let me... Croc, I'm glad that you're still breathing. Hey, Pat. How are you, darling? Croc, Micro and Minnie both had COVID. And while Micro takes it like a champ, Minnie is why. Minnie is why there's like the stereotypical men have a cold thing. Because he laid on the floor. Because for the third time in his entire life, he's been sick. And laid on the floor and screamed, "This is the worst thing that's ever happened to him." And, yeah, it was special. And, I gotta say, I'm thankful he's only been sick 3 times in his life, because I'd have sold him by now if he did this more often. I just, there was far too much drama for me to be able to put up with him sick like this multiple times. I just can't. I just could not. So, before I forget, want to send that one out. Okay. Hey, Pat, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen you. Paul, I'm glad you're better now. How has your day been? So, lots of things to talk about and to laugh, because everybody needs to laugh. And right now I'm trying. Richard, I will get there in 1 second. I'm trying to laugh. Croc, go check your Discord. And I was in a fairly good, like, oh, we all need a laugh, let's get a laugh mood. And then I made the mistake of watching one of KFAR's streams talking about BSBT. And then several people sent me clips from an earlier, several people played clips from an earlier video he did that he has currently privated. And I heard what he said, and I pray to God my job doesn't send me to Michigan for anything, because I'm gonna need bail money. I'm gonna need bail money. Hey, Croc.
How you doing?
Better than other people will be.
I have managed to unsick myself. So
Temporarily, I mean, like, no, it's all good. I'm glad you finally unsicked yourself. So, just open. Oh, Jesus Christ! I hate this thing. I hate when my computer gets bored and updates or changes things. And I go to open something, and I can't, because apparently, no. Because why? Why would things work for me today? Hey, Parson. So before I forget, Richard, News from family, yes, the majority of them are okay. We have only had the one loss, but it's starting to wear on people for a few reasons, and it's trying to think the best way to explain the feeling. I talked to my cousin this morning, and she said that it's wearing on everybody because nobody can sleep deeply because everyone's worried about like the air raid sirens and worried about what's going on. And her husband hasn't been home in 2 months. She has no contact, and it gets to be a lot. And then on top of it, there's a lot of anti-Semitism and hate being thrown at people online, in person, and it's just a lot. But other than that, everybody's doing well. It's just stress. But Richard, I tried to get your Persian brother Tex on here, but he's at nerd date night. He might drop in after nerd date night, but we'll see. Okay, so since most of the people here are in the chat, I think Croc knows who this is too. Hey Tim, how are you? How are you? How are you? Okay, so hey Credence and Mikey, how are you guys? How are you? Thank you for joining. So many of you follow the auditor stupid, right? Here's in the auditor circle, the anti-auditor circle, they always refer to this one auditor, always talking about I think it's Outback or the Wendy's. Is that the fast food chain they always refer to? I don't know. One of you in the chat can tell me which fast food chain, but they always keep talking about this one person, what he's doing out back behind the Wendy's, or the KFC, or the Taco Bell, or whatever fast food chain they say he's out behind. Right? I can't remember which one it is. I'm sure someone in the chat will tell me which one it is. Paul, it might be Rogue Nation. Does everyone say that he's like in a dumpster behind? Oh, it is BSBT? Oh, behind the dumpster at Wendy's. Okay. Hi, Aunt B. How are you? Okay, so yes, BSBT behind the dumpster. Okay. And Wendy's busy formerly worked at one. Hey, C. Allen, darling. How are you? Hey, Aunt B. Okay, so I got a really interesting, even though I only go out into the field and into the public safety world for very specific things, I still get pages, right? I still get all the pages. They can't not, if that makes any sense. Like they can't pick and choose. And I got a page today. And the first thing I thought of when I saw this page was, oh God, we found them. And so I think you all need to see this page. And you can feel my pain. And you'll see why I thought I found a frauditor. Okay, there you go. Sir? What? Sir? What do you even... What do you even...
I don't know if he knows.
Did you read it?
Hmm?
Read the screen, Croc. I got this page. And I was like, have we found our auditor behind a Wendy's? Oh no. Apparently they've moved location. What?
What the unholy fuck is that?
What do you mean? What is that? That is the page the county sent out because they needed
Oh,
people.
jeez.
Someone called 911 for this, and this is what they sent the officers. And like I said, you can't set it so like with active 911 and all the things you only get like one, like only certain pages. You get all of them, but you can't opt out if your department or who you're attached to, you know, you can't opt out and only get ones dispatches that apply to you. You get everything. You just have to turn your self to off duty so it doesn't like make your phone ring constantly. But I saw that one and I was like, sir, I don't. I would say I have questions, but I don't have questions because I don't want to know. I just. The best part was somebody keyed up the radio and goes, "Don't order anything with the white sauce."
Yeah, I can imagine why they would do that.
Yeah, Spencer. Spencer. I was like, oh God, this went downhill fast. I don't know, Parson. Because as soon as I saw that at 3:41 p.m., I was like, What's going on? What are we even doing? A part of me wanted to go like ask them to pull the dispatch tape because I kind of want to hear the call. Whoever called 911, I want to hear the call taker's interaction. What are we doing? No.
Why are you doing that?
I do like how they called it his Pizza Palma. I do have to give that dispatcher credit for that. But that's okay. You want another good laugh?
Go for it.
Oh yeah, Paul, that does sound worse than the late Pee Wee Herman. So I actually called Patty when I saw this page 2 days ago. Ah, right, wrong way. That's my gun bag. There we go. Ma'am, I understand the sign says no shirt, no shoes, no service. That does not, in fact, mean that all you need is a shirt and shoes. Ma'am. What? Like, what?
I don't even know.
On the side of a highway. For everybody to see.
Casually pumping gas.
I like how they put those shoes casually. Mm-hmm. See, Alan, there was no spandex. All we had on was shoes, a t-shirt, and a puffy coat. Nothing else.
I want to know how she even got out of the house without that. It's like the important things in life, you know?
It's snowing here in Pennsylvania. What are we doing? This week. Half naked. What? See, Alan even took her underwear back. Like, what are we doing? I
can't. I just can't.
This week, I'm just like, okay. Yeah, Paul, it was like no shirt, no shoes, no service. That does not mean that's all we need. Like, I know that's a joke on a t-shirt, but ma'am. Paul, If that in fact was the Paul, I love you. You know I love you, Paul. If this was in fact the case,
select.
I got you here what she looked like, thanks to several of them. Well, no. OnlyFans would have shut down, and there would have been like some epidemic of mass vomiting. Mm-mm. Hey Ben, how are you? Sorry. I was laughing. Yeah. Hey Ben, how are you? Oh Ben, here, I'll put the picture back up. Ben, you missed this. So I was telling everybody we all needed a good laugh. This was a call earlier this week. She took no shirt, no shoes, no service. A little too literally, and only wore the shirt and shoes. And then this one today, Ben. So we know, yes, BT, the train wreck that he is still in Michigan, unfortunately. But yes, so apparently he has a friend that likes to hang out behind the pizza place. And yeah. No. Ben, it was a cropped, puffy puffer jacket and a white t-shirt and sneakers. Don't worry. The officer very nicely described it. Because let's give everybody nausea. Pat, it was 30 degrees and snow flurries. I don't get it. There's just, what? Whatever, oh my God. People, I can't with the people. I can't. See, why did they include the word casually? Spencer, the same reason they included the word his pizza Palma instead of Parma. Because they thought they were being funny. But no, Spencer, I did ask, and they said she was very casually just on the side of the highway pumping gas. The cars were slowing down, and lots of people were calling 911 about it. Navy Tex, wait, Tex, Navy Tex, hold on. Navy Tex, I need you for a minute. Hold on. I don't know if you're home yet. You're probably still on your date.
Yeah, that?
Tex, are you still on your date? Well, when you get done with your date, if I'm still on, you have a thing in your Instagram. Creed, TLDR, we don't really, you don't really need a TLDR. I can do it very easily, TLDR style. Ready? This would be what happens when Loki gets stupid pages. We had this one. Who took no shirt, no shoes, no service. A little bit seriously. And then this one today. My man behind the pizza place. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, Creed, this was not somebody anyone wanted to see. Richard, he won't spend $4,300 on date night. Although if you're spending $4,300 on a female for date night, wow, but
I agree. Wow.
No, I call it nerd date night. He has Dungeons and Dragons tonight, so I refer to it as his nerd date night. Yeah. Yeah, it says, Richard, was she like God's gift to the world? Oh my God. Did you marry her? What? But yeah, no,
Yeah, dude, that's kind of a lot.
Get the fuck.
But yes. See, Alan, I don't know why you're reading it in a fake Italian accent, but yeah, I was just like, what? But yes, no, I call his Dungeons and Dragons his nerd date night just to mess with him. But because why not? So. Oh, that's it. Croc, I'm going to beat one of your children. Which one is singing in the background?
That would be the mini. I'm going to
Tell him
correct you
he is
now.
off key, and I don't want to hear it. Paul, that's so sweet. Yeah, Richard apparently knows how to show a woman a great night. Oh my. But yes, I was like, you got catfished? That's awful, Richard. Oh my God, Richard, that's awful. I think I've told the. Hey, Sandy. Hold on. You know what? Sandy, should we show Sandy the picture? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to put the picture back up for like the third time so Sandy can see the picture, but then I'm going to talk about it. Then I'm going to talk about the other thing, about the catfish thing. Here, Sandy, you missed this. We had this phone call. But Richard, I don't know if you were here when I told the story. Years and years and years ago, my brother got catfished. And he called me and he was like, Sandy, this is call one I got on the screen that got paged through. And then here's the other one. Yes, Creed, it was a puffer jacket. It was a cropped puffer jacket. But Richard, so my brother got catfished. And he called me and he goes, I know you don't like the people I date, but that doesn't mean you have to troll me on Match.com. And I was like, I don't got the time, nor do I care that much. And we got into an argument, and he showed me. And lo and behold, there was my picture on a Match.com profile, making plans to meet my brother for coffee. So my brother showed up to the date. Walked in, walked past the table, and he's a pretty recognizable person because of his height. Made eye contact and could tell that he had been recognized by a certain female because she started to stand up, and he walked back to the restroom and knocked on the women's restroom door. And I walked out of the women's restroom and he told me what table, and I walked over and I sat down and I went, hi. What you doing? And I explained to her, if you're going to catfish people, maybe don't steal a picture from somebody that lives in that zip code. Because people probably know the person. And, you know, what was her plan? Because she looked nothing like me. And she was like, well, he had gotten to know me, and so I figured he'd be able to see past it if he really loved me. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, but this is not West Virginia, and I'm not dating my brother. But, no, Sandy, it didn't cover the wobbly bits. It was a cropped puffer jacket. But yes, Richard, so my brother got catfished by somebody that said they were me. The catfishing thing drives me crazy. Somebody accused me not that long ago of being a catfish. I'm like, you guys have seen me on video, and there's like 9 million pictures of me. I'm not a catfish. But before I forget, and I did make this comment, and Mayor, you feel like $1 million? Yay! I'm glad we've missed you, and I'm glad you're feeling better. So glad. Sandy, your mind's eye needs bleach. You didn't have to listen to the officers describe her over the radio. Don't worry. Do you think that screenshot I sent was bad? Mm-mm. No, no. No, no. But. but. So, where was I? Oh, some of you probably came because you just heard me being angry in KFAR's chat. Here's the deal. Paul, you weren't there, so I don't know if you heard this. And I'm going to try to find who has the video. Because BSBT took the video down. And I know why he took them down. But I'm sure someone has it. I'm going to find it. As if BSBT wasn't a horrible enough human being, as if he wasn't a bad enough human being, today, on video, he made a comment about throwing Jews into the furnace. Yeah, he went there. Yeah. Literally had a discussion about throwing Jews into a furnace on video. Yeah, Paul, I'm trying to get the video. That's my point. He essentially said the two police officers putting the person they detained for a traffic stop into the car was the same as the two of them being Nazis and throwing Jewish people into the furnace. And so obviously, if it's okay for them to arrest someone, it's okay to throw Jewish people into a furnace.
That's just, where does that logic even start?
I don't know. What I do know is if I go to Michigan, I need bail money. I'm going to need bail money if I go to Michigan. Because, no. What we're not going to do is that. That's not what we're going to do. Richard, I'm not actually worth it because I'm not worried about it. Well, here's the thing. Richard, I'm not worried about it because, and if people haven't seen, he threatened Judge Slavin, the one that arraigned him the last few times. He sent threats and pictures of Judge Slavin with bombs all over him and posted them online. And was really bad at making the threat vague. And so Judge Slavin, recused himself because BSBT threatened him. And so he has a hearing with someone else. But BSBT did, in fact, try to argue it and try to argue with him about it. And Judge Slavin made a comment about being a very firm advocate of the Second Amendment. Yeah, Parson, that's what I said. A tiny bit unhinged, maybe, Spencer. A tiny bit. No, that is beyond a tiny bit. So I'm not really worried about going to jail because I'll just, like, Richard, I'll just go stand in front of Judge Slavin. Like, I will literally just be like, public service. There's no judges in that county that like him. You're threatening to blow up a judge. I'm good. No one's going to be mad at me. It's a public civic duty at this point. I'm just saying, it would be my civic duty at this point. I'm sorry I talk faster than you type. Although I will say, sadly, This is not how fast I talk. Like, I talk on a regular basis. I talk faster. But, like, really? You threatened a judge who told you he's, like, obsessed with the Second Amendment? You threatened to blow him up, and now you're mad? Really? Yeah, no one will fault me if I chuck his stupid ass off a bridge or something stupid. I just, right, Paul. That's the thing. Like, I just want to fight him. I just want to fight him. Yeah, no one's going to arrest me, and there's no judge that's going to be like, no, that wasn't justified. They're all going to be like, meh. It's a public service at this point. Can you tell? It has been long. It's been long. Oh, yes, it has. So, let me find. I want to find this one thing. Crocs, I had everyone for 2 minutes while I find something real quick to pull up.
Hey, folks. Let's see what we got going on here.
The dead crocus.
You get a plaque. No cop in White Lake would arrest you, and you'd get a plaque for that. Oh, jeez.
I'm just saying, it's like it would be my civic duty.
Yeah. Well, honestly, yeah, I buy that.
Like, I don't think that people would be like, no. Like, I really don't. I don't think people. Here we go.
Not much of a Marine if he got his ass kicked out for meth. I'm pretty sure that the not taking of the street drugs is part of the rules.
Yeah. I am going to mute myself for 1 minute, guys, while I pull something up real quick.
It's nice to see that it's nice to see that you're doing well there, Mary McNown. Was kind of, I don't have a way to contact you directly, so I couldn't just ask. And I don't know if Bubba's going to do it, but take care of the guy. But yeah, maybe we'll see. Yeah, threatening to blow up a judge—that's kind of rude. Although it's a guaranteed way to get him off your case, because yeah, that would be that's a thing. That is absolutely terrible. Hey, Logan, how you doing? And Irish. I agree with that, Sandy. The key to the liquor cabinet would definitely be better than the key to the city. Oh, underage drinking too. That's even worse. Because you pretty much don't get to exist if you're doing that shit.
Okay. Give me 1 second, and I am going to show everybody. Hey, Irish Dublin, how are you? I'm gonna real quickly. I'm gonna show everybody a little clip of something. Okay, I'm gonna show everyone a little clip of something that's gonna be. I officially have plans for somewhat, but I'm going to show. I'm going to show you guys a little clip of something. But in order to do it, this way. No. Why? What? Where is it?
He's hiding.
Like downloads, Chrome tab. Where is my? Don't want to. Oh, there it is. Shit! I found it finally. Dumbass. There we go. Okay. I am going to say trigger warning. The next like 2 or 3 minutes are a little bit rough, but you will see why I am so angry. Okay. So here is your fair warning. Hold on, Ben. Ben, wait 2 minutes. You might want to see this.
Can't hear it.
I know. I'm working on that. Hold on. I don't want to. Can you not hear any? Croc, can you not hear it?
Is it?
I just
started playing again.
Well, right, but could you hear it a minute ago?
No, not really. No.
Why?
I hear something.
Why could you not hear it? It's supposed to be sharing that. Let me unshare this. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Thank you, C. Allen. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if I redo it. Okay, that's why. I see what it wants me to do. Okay, hold on. How do I do this? It doesn't. I have to share my whole. Share tab. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to do it this way. Okay. So I've got it. Okay. I have to do it a slightly different way. So I'm not going to be able to see what you guys are well, actually I will. The most part. 1 second, guys. Okay. Let's just share system audio. Okay. Croc, can you see it up on the screen? Like big?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Well, guys, tell me if you can't hear it after this because it's making me do it this way. Okay. Cool.
Nope, her lips are moving and nothing's coming back.
You're not getting anything?
No sound at all.
It should be giving you sound because it told me I had to share my entire screen to give you sound. What is this thing? It's share the audio. Oh, that's why. Okay, let's try this one more time. Let's try this one more time. We're going to try this one more time. It says that we are going to share the entire screen, share it. Okay. Croc, it says mute yourself a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Can you hear it now? Can you hear her?
It needs to be turned way up.
At the station.
Okay, it's too quiet, but you can hear her?
There's sound with the lips moving, but
There's sound, but it's not loud enough?
no, nowhere near it.
Okay, hold on. I'm working on it.
That really low.
Okay, hold on. Let's try it this way. Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe this will work.
And they told us to take what we can carry, but at the station they said leave everything. They just pushed us in cattle carts, and we had to leave everything, almost everything behind, uh, because there was no room for it. We were like sardines in that cattle cart. Do you remember what you took with you?
Almost audible. Got to be a
Okay.
lot towards that.
How's that now? Well, I know you can hear me. You couldn't hear it?
I can't hear it in the background. No.
No, it's not
But
going to be
it
in
might
the background. When
Huh?
when it was playing with her, you couldn't hear it?
I could hear it a bit. I
Okay, well,
can hear
Tim
the
heard her.
people.
Yeah, she's quiet.
You
Paul,
hear
I
it
had
quiet.
opened it. Yeah, Paul, I had opened it with Media Player just to pull that clip. We're gonna show the whole thing, but so that and I don't know what you said. I don't know what you could hear, but what you could hear was my grandmother saying that they packed them like sardines into cattle cars. That's my grandmother in the video talking about leaving the ghetto and being put into a cattle car. So yeah. So yeah, Paul. Okay, Paul, you could hear it. Yeah, Paul. So that's my grandma. I have like a 4-part video of it. But yes. So that's why I have a special hate for people like BSBT. My grandmother was very soft spoken, and no, she was not. That's not Ruth. And in that video, she was 80 years old. But yes, that's her telling when she was talking about being put in the cattle cars. The next part of that video talks about their arrival at Auschwitz and what that was like. So I'm gonna put it up I'm gonna work it out with Croc the next day or so. Sandy, she's adorable. She is adorable. I mean, I don't think I would be able to sit there and answer the questions she's answering and talk about being put into cattle cars like she did there with no, like I couldn't. At Marin, she was 80 there. She passed away last year at 99.
And she looked more like she
Exactly
was
the same.
65.
She looked the same. She never changed. Oh, thank you, Paul. Yeah, she never changed. Like, I don't think she had a single wrinkle at 99. I'm like, what is this? But Croc and I are going to talk, and we're either going to do it via Discord or
The
via
Discord room would probably be our best bet.
Okay, well, so if you don't have Discord, if you do not have Discord, you need to get it or get in touch with me or Croc. Tell Alex not scream in my ear. So if you're not friends with me on Discord, you guys need to get on the Discord or get a hold of me on Croc so we can get you in, and we will tell you. Croc, I gotta mute the background there while Alex is being loud. We will give you the date and time, and only people that are pre-approved are going to be allowed to be in there, because I'm not going to redact out the majority of the stuff because, yeah, Paul, that's what I'm saying. And I'm going to play it probably in the next like week. And I know you want to, Paul, so I'll add you, but we're going to do it in a secure Discord room because I don't want the video like re-uploaded or copied or for people with nefarious motives to be able to pull things out of it. Yeah, Paul. So we're going to do it probably in the next couple of days. But that video right there is why BSBT is talking about throwing people into a fire Makes me homicidal.
Homicide would be a pretty stiff bail bill.
What?
Homicide would be a pretty stiff bail bill.
He threatened to murder Judge Slavin. You really think they're going to hold me?
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. And
They'd probably
besides,
just call it self-defense.
right. And besides, I'll plead that it was, an emotional outburst, traumatic outburst. But I mean, yeah, she's very strong. I mean, I don't. I mean, Paul. I mean, you gotta say, to even sit there and say like, "Oh, they put us all in the cattle cars. We were in there like sardines." I mean, she goes through the entire video. Tim, add me on Discord and the channel, because that's going to be the only way you're going to be able to see it. And I will put up a community post with instructions. And we will put up the time. My only request, and I'm going to request, well, I have two requests. My first request is going to be that no part of the video, Parson, I do, Croc, hold on, Croc, you can,
What you need?
hold on, give me 1 second. There's the Gmail. Croc, pop the Discord link in.
Yeah, let me go get it.
Yeah, Croc's gonna put up the Discord link. There's my email. Logan, you can have my Discord. Everybody, it's on things. Hey, Tim. But Paul, it's rough. And I mean, I know why a lot of people didn't want to talk about it. I had that discussion with my grandmother many times, and then I didn't know how she was able to do it and get up and go through the entire thing without breaking down. And, she's very big on like, never forget, you don't want things to repeat themselves. So, like I was saying, I have, 3 requests, pretty much, and this goes to partly why we're doing it this way. I'm going to ask that nobody re-record it or share it on other things or live stream it. If I find out it's being done, I will be very mad, and it won't end well. There are things that are said in it. Hey, Cool Frog. There are things that are said in it that are very personal. A, personal information, but B, the story itself is just personal. And I don't really want it used for the wrong reasons. Paul, I have not, but I will tomorrow. Things have been a little bit crazy here with some stuff going on with the small people and some other things and the new job and everything. But I will. So I'm going to ask that. That's why we're doing it in a private, controlled manner. 2, I'm going to put up a link, and I am going to make it so anybody that is watching it or during it that donates money or super chats it or whatever, it is all going to go to the Holocaust Museum charities and the Holocaust charities.
Anubis, you'll have to ask Loki.
What? Yeah, you can put up.
Okay.
Croc, you can put it up. I don't care. Put up whatever. But I'm going to set it up that anything financially regarding it is all a charitable donation. And I'm going to request, like I said, my third and final request is that people need to have grace. It's a very personal thing that I'm going to put out there with it. And I don't think any of you will be a problem. Because if I did, I wouldn't do it. But there will not be drama brought in around it. because it's not a topic for stupid internet beef kind of thing. So as long as everyone can be respectful. But yeah, I'm going to put it up. Well, like I said, I'll put up a Discord. I'll put up a community post after I talk to Croc. We'll pick the day and the time, and we will play it. It is about an hour and a half-ish, a little longer than that. I will warn everybody. It is not something you want children to watch. Well, I shouldn't say that. You need to make an educated... I will give you the information to make an educated choice on if you let kids or your kids or whatever watch. My grandmother does not pull punches. She does not sugarcoat things. And, you know, I hate the whole, like, trigger warning thing, but I am forewarning people right now. And, you know, I mean, Paul, you said your grandmother was a survivor and didn't talk about it. I'm going to put a disclaimer in, you know, now. It is very hard to listen to at points. It is very hard to listen to. One of the things she says shortly, hey, Tim, you think you waved at me? Tim, when did you think you waved at me? When did you wave at me, Tim? One of the things she says after that little part I played, and they said, you remember anything about when you got to Auschwitz? And her answer is, yeah, I met Joseph Mengele, and then I watched a Nazi guard stomp some baby's head in. So, like I said, oh, you waved at me at Discord. Okay, I'll find you, Tim. So yeah, that. So just, I'm going to give that fair warning. So, if you want to watch it, I will gladly share it. But just know it's not easy, and just know it's a lot. It's a lot. So, now that we've gotten past that, other interesting things of note. Mayor Wrench, that's not the link to join my Discord. Croc put it up a little bit ago. Other things. I am almost done watching, but I do have the verdict from the paramedic trial that we had started. I'm going to finish clipping parts of it tomorrow, and we're going to do it. The paramedics were found guilty, and we're going to go through it, and we're going to talk about it. We're also going to go through the events of a case that kind of parallels in some ways the Crumley shooting case, being that in January, the parents are going to trial. There's a gentleman in Illinois who helped his son obtain a firearms owner's ID, an FOID, knowing that he had homicidal ideation, like very clearly knowing he had homicidal ideation. He helped him circumvent things and obtain a firearm, and then he he committed a mass shooting. So it didn't go to trial because the guy pled. But it's the closest thing that any of the courts have seen to the charging of Crumley's parents. Yes, the Alan, my dad is out already. But I'm just saying, if we're looking at fact pattern and we're looking at how things were handled, we're going to go through that one, and then we're going to go through things leading up to the Crumley one, because that's in January. So I wanted to make sure that we cover both of those. You know, it can be a little bit odd. There's a couple other things this week I'm going to stream and cover. Let me think. And then we're going to have the night. Paul, before I forget, Paul, what night, because I know you've been asking, and as a fellow family member of a survivor, what schedule-wise, you, Croc, you can voice in. Everybody in the chat that wants to be a part of it, throw up day and time of the week that works best for you, and I will try to pick one that has the most kind of commonality for the video. I'm gonna do the Crumley thing. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go over New York strangely ruling in favor of the Second Amendment in a case recently. We're gonna go over that.
What?
Yeah. It's odd. And we're going to go over the Illinois assault weapons ban and the issues with the ban and the legal challenges it's had. Hey, Richard, you're back. Yay. With that, we're going to go, yeah, we're going to do the 2A for that. We're going to cover the assault weapons in Illinois stupidity. There's some new firearms legislation in California we're going to cover.
Oh boy.
This week. We're going to do my grandmother's video as the Holocaust survivor. And then we're going to, like I said, cover the case that went parallel to, well, it has parallel facts as much as you can to the upcoming Crumley trial. Yeah, Paul, New York, I did say. I did say New York. Yeah, we're gonna cover the New York law and the New York legal challenges. So we're going to look at all of those. If there is anything else you guys want me to specifically cover situationally, do me a favor and either on a community tab in the comments of this video or via email, let me know and we will do it this week. So, let's see. Croc, does Wednesday night work for you? Wednesday night. What's your Wednesday night?
No, Wednesday night would be fine.
Okay.
So to Friday.
Yeah. Okay. I'll talk to a couple other people. I got to talk to Tex and a few. And then I will put it up on the community tab, so watch the community tab. While I'm still here, while everyone else is still here, is there anything else? You guys can put it in the chat now. Is there anything else we need to cover? Like case-wise that you want to see covered? What do we want to see covered case-wise?
Well, I would have suggested the cops that are on trial in Tacoma, but we're a little late to start that gavel to gavel.
No. We can cover it. I'm not covering the trial gavel to gavel, but I mean, like, I can cover what's going on with it.
I'm not 100% sure what actually happened, so.
Okay, I'll look into it. There have been a few notable gun things happening recently. I think I actually have. Let me see if I can pull one up. One on my phone. I might. Oh, we're also going to cover what happened to the mother of the 6-year-old who shot the teacher, because that has settled.
They settled a civil suit, or did she plead guilty?
No, she's going to jail.
Oh.
But we'll go through it. Hold on. Where is... There's one. Oh, okay, here we go. Let me pull this open. And we'll cover this one. Just cause. Someone asked me to cover this, so I figure I'll cover it tonight. We'll do one gun thing tonight. Stupid computer. I don't know. Why are you, like, doing whatever you want? I don't understand why my computer is PMS today. It really does. This trial just ended, and she was just convicted. So, we're going to cover this one real quick. Wrong thing. I need more sleep. California Pizza Kitchen food used to be so good. Now it's expensive. Richard, what did you get? You know what? The only thing I ever really ate at the California at CPK Oh, wait, no, that's Cheesecake Factory. Sometimes I would eat stuff at California Pizza Kitchen, but I stopped kind of eating there once they came out with like the frozen line. Tim, I can cover that one. I know exactly which one you're talking about. I will cover that one. I can cover that easily. Let's cover this one real quick. Because this one, the trial just ended. So, a woman who chased down and killed a 62-year-old man who caused a minor traffic crash by running a red light claims she never intended to shoot him, only to take down his license plate number for dispatchers. However, witnesses told a different story at 25-year-old Hannah Payne's murder trial, telling jurors the woman cut off Keith Haring with her cart, jumped out and punched him after the May 7, 2019 collision. Then witnesses said she brandished her hip-holstered gun, threatened to shoot Haring twice, and then immediately did so. You don't get the death penalty for committing a traffic infraction, the ADA said in closing arguments. On Tuesday, she was convicted of felony murder, malice murder, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, and a weapons possession charge in Clayton County, Georgia court, the outlet reported. The jury took 2 hours to render the verdict. She looked down and sobbed. Both Payne witnesses agree she drew a gun, but during Monday's testimony, she claimed she never intended to fire. Instead, she claimed Haring shot himself in a struggle for the weapon. Payne's car was not involved in the crash at the center of the deadly altercation. She reportedly pulled over to dial 911 after witnessing Haring run a red light in his Dodge Dakota pickup truck and cause a minor crash with a semi-truck. She waited at the scene of the crash for 15 to 20 minutes before driving away. At the time, a state corrections officer who also witnessed the crash testified he displayed symptoms of a diabetic shock. His eyes were red-orange, he appeared disoriented, and he repeatedly circled his truck several times. Payne testified that the corrections officer told her the man's okay, but definitely inebriated as they waited at the scene. Per her testimony, this prompted Payne and the semi-driver to ask at the same time, "Do you mean he's drunk?" Despite being told a total of 4 times by 911 operators not to do so, she pursued Haring in her Jeep after he left the scene of the crash after realizing no one had taken down his license plate number. Okay, so you couldn't get a tag number, a dispatcher asked. No, but I'm catching up to him right now. Okay, ma'am, we don't want you to chase him. We just want you to be safe. She claimed in her testimony Haring was revving his engine as he pulled away. He's not drunk. I'm not. He's drunk. I'm not. Per the recordings. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you I'm not going to follow him because he's going to cause an accident. She told the court she was under the impression with having 911 on the phone that she would be a messenger. She told the court she understood the dispatcher's instructions to disengage as a suggestion. Payne confronted Haring after the crash, catching up with him at an intersection, telling him to return to the scene of the crash. We're loud. It's near an interstate. It's a busy road, and I can't hear what he's saying to me, but as I'm getting closer, I hear him ask me who the F I am I, Payne told the court. She said he then knocked the phone out of her hand and later reached out of his truck to grab her by the shirt. He ripped the shirt with the fourth of his grab, she claimed, and dragged her along with the car when he mashed the gas. The Georgia woman said she announced she had a gun when he wouldn't let go and was forced to unholster it when he wouldn't listen. Pulled it out, and I immediately started trying to continue to push against the door with it, like pushed away from him. And then she claimed he grabbed my hand with the gun. As he's pulling is when the trigger went off. After it went off, my entire body fell backwards. Based on witness testimonies, they refute the claim. She's using deadly force. She wasn't faced with deadly force. You can't claim self-defense and use deadly force unless you're not the initial aggressor. She was. After shooting them, per 911, she asked the ambulance be sent to the scene. In body camera footage captured by the responding officer, she said she was overwhelmed and scared and didn't know what was going on. Clearly, trying to do the right thing is not the right answer, she said as she began to cry. Her sentencing is set for 10 a.m. Friday. So this right there is not a reason to brandish your weapon. Not at all. GMK, yeah, her gun was out before she got to his car. I've seen many videos. No, I saw many videos. She was the aggressor. I always tell you guys, don't, guns complicate everything. It doesn't matter if you're legally in the right. Guns complicate everything. He was a diabetic. He was having a medical emergency. It's ridiculous. She absolutely should have been held guilty, and it's a good thing she was. It's insanity. Don't take the law into your own hands. Like, the citizens arrest thing is ridiculous. Just don't. Just walk away. And, you know, for the people that are like, oh, she just wanted to get the license plate number. We have traffic cameras everywhere. Every state does. They would have found him. You can use cameras to find him. Cameras on businesses. So, Parson, yay! Member for 2 months. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Parson. We love having you here with the beasties. Holy Lord, Richard, 110? That's insane. You know, I gotta say, if I had to pick like weird, like chain restaurants, I'm a Cheesecake Factory person over California Pizza Kitchen, but you know, hey.
Oh, you know, get too far into the communism, you wind up in a place where nobody can possibly be happy.
Yeah, GMK, she executed him. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. She executed him, and she most definitely got what she deserved. Spencer, red orange eyes, drunk with hepatitis. No. The problem is, from a medical standpoint, he's an older African American man. A lot of older African American males will have a reddish orangey tint to the eyes. Some of it's hepatitis, but it's actually generally a bilirubin issue. Kidney disease is and kidney issues are incredibly common in African American people. And you tend to see it in the coloring of the whites of the eyes first. The thing is, everyone's saying, oh, he smelled drunk. What she's referring to is the smell of ketones on someone's breath. If somebody's diabetic, their breath a lot of it can smell fruity or like acetone from the ketones because they're having metabolic issues. So you can't always just assume that someone's drunk. They very well can be diabetic and be having an issue. And it's a very common thing. Mm-hmm. You know, I would get called to almost every drunk driver to check their sugar to see what was going on. Isn't this typical for Atlanta? Anubis, unfortunately, yes. GMK, you can call it a gun. I don't care. A diabetic friend of yours when yeah, person, diabetes is insane. The guy came out thinking my friend was drunk. Guy's wife is a nurse and recognized shock. Yeah, just chicken pasta. Yeah, Spencer. Some people say that the smell is unmistakable, but I have smelled and been around. I mean, I've been around it enough I can tell it's what it is. But a lot of people that don't smell it often will say it smells like acetone or like an alcoholic fruity scent. So, I don't. Why is this? I don't know. Why did someone just? What is this thing going? Oh, I got an answer. Okay. Okay, I have to look at that. Paul, you're diabetic. Yeah, I tell people all the time, you know, people that are diabetic, they can become incredibly aggressive if their sugar's off. It's a fight or flight. It's a reaction. And medical and police need to be aware of it. So it's insane. You're type 1 diabetic, Paul. Do you have an Omnipod and do you have the pumps and the constant glucose monitor? I know a lot. They've gone with those a lot. So I will give you guys a couple minutes for questions, and I'm going to go to bed. I have some stuff early in the morning tomorrow. You have the pump and the GCM. Yeah, I'm getting a GCM. I don't have diabetes, but thanks to some of the issues from my radiation, I will tank my sugar for no reason randomly. So they want me to get a seat of the constant monitor.
Let me tell you.
What? Well, they just.
Is no fun, I can tell you that.
Oh yeah. The problem is, like, I had labs drawn the other day and my sugar was 30. And the people in the lab were just like staring at me and they're like, "How are you not dizzy and talking?" I don't know. They checked it multiple times. So I have to get a constant monitor.
It's on a shock.
Well, they want to give me a constant glucose monitor just to like see when it's doing it. Yeah, Paul, what 30? Yeah. My sugar will be in the 30s and 40s, and I should be like unresponsive, and I can be sitting there talking to somebody. There's other times my sugar's in the 30 or 40s, and I am like shaky, out of it, whatever. But they want to put me on the constant glucose monitor so they can see if there's like a pattern to when my sugars just do what they feel like doing. I don't know. Yeah, Paul, they rechecked my sugar like 4. Yeah, Paul, most people would be unresponsive. I had just driven myself there. I unfortunately, and the endocrinologists haven't really been able to figure out why. I can kind of like hold it together for a little bit in the 30s or 40s, but then I drop. Like then I'll get shaky and stuff. Yeah, Tim, I get hypoglycemically drastically. The problem is mine has nothing to do with what I eat. For some reason, it has to do with lowest you've been is 40. Yeah, mine has to do with issues from the radiation and chemo. But I am going to sign off for tonight. Croc and I will put up a community post about when we're going to do the video. Paul, I will make sure to send you a Discord message on top of the community post so you know. And we will watch and check it out. I'm probably going to stream tomorrow night at about 9 o'clock. And we'll cover a bunch of the stories. A bunch of the other stories, and you guys can ask all the interesting questions. And Spencer, I'm glad the holster thing worked out for you. So, I love you all. Thanks all for being here. Everybody remember, no shirt, no shoes, no service does not mean that any item of clothing not listed on the sign is optional. Okay?
Yeah.
That's doesn't mean everything else is optional. And please please don't add toppings to pizza behind pizza restaurants. Okay? Love you all. I'll talk to you guys later. Good night, guys.
Bye-bye.